Do you know the missing link between success and not being successful? So when I say successful, of course, everyone has their own definition. Now, here you need to have your own understanding and your own definition for success. So a lot of people who, think and take these ideas from other people, for them success means I want to have this much of money in my account because I want to buy home and this and that, which is fine. Monetary, wealth or monetary goals are also important. But at the same time, ask yourself, is that the only one? So when you are defining your success, okay, are you considering all the aspects of your life? Health, finance, relationship, yourself, everything, right? So that's when you can term it like a holistic success. So whatever your definition is, one of the important thing that I have heard from good amount of people as well, that they want to be successful and they want to be happy, because there are people who chase success, who work day and night, but they are so much stressed, they are so much exhausted, they do not have time to live their life, they do not have time for themselves, their family, and basically no life at all. So is that the kind of life you want to live? No, right? So let's term it like holistic success, because when you are successful in terms of monetary aspect and you are not happy, would you call that as success? Ask yourself. Okay, so this is just the context to set the tone of the video. Now, what is this missing link between the successful people who have only monetary gains and the successful people who are truly happy in their life? This missing link, which is a very unspoken factor but actually unknown by these successful people out there, is your internal stability. So what do I mean by internal stability? You might think, okay, this is very philosophical, and internal stability means I need to just close my eyes and sit or do this, that. Please understand, your internal stability is not a luxury, it's a requirement for you to run your business, for you to run your life, so achieve whatever you want to achieve and be successful and happy. Why? Because think about it. If you do not have internal stability, would you be able to think straight? Would you be able to make decisions? And would you be able to handle problems and challenges when it comes and things go haywire? So when you are internally stable, what happens is you will be able to handle and manage things in a manner, because every moment you have to make a decision. And if you're not, having that stable emotion and mental aspect and physical ways as well internally, you will not be able to make decision in the right mind. And that's where this internal stability comes into picture. And there is no two way about it, because when we talk about internal stability, it is directly linked to your spiritual growth. Yes. Why? Because think about it. Let's say somebody wants to understand whether they are internally stable or not, and that's a very good idea, because you need to know how much deep you are in the water, so that you need to understand that how much you have to take the steps to come out of it. Okay, so there are certain simple parameters. Okay, there's a very common example which you can actually see at your end and figure out how much work you need to do on yourself. Few questions you can ask yourself. Are you being angry every now and then? Are you being irritated? Okay, if anybody does anything, says anything which you don't like, does it irritate you? Okay, and do you get irritated quite easily, quite often? And does that lead to anger? Okay, now let's say if you are angry, how much time does it take for you to cool down? How much time does it take for you to get back to a normal state? Now, let's say when you are trying to make a decision, how long do you take to make that decision? I mean, do you go so much to and fro just inside your head when all the facts and everything is ready, but you have so much of doubt, so much of overthinking unnecessarily when it is not required in that situation? Okay? Do you get into arguments with people quite often without any reason? Do you always find somebody or something to blame in a situation where it might not be, fault of anyone? So these are certain aspects you can actually check out and look at yourself. Okay, are these the things that I am really getting into, or these are typically my patterns, my habits? Now, what is going to happen is when you are conscious about the problem, you will know what to work upon and what kind of progresses you are making. Because only when you know that, okay, out of 10, I am at 4 and I want to reach to at least 8 to begin with. So now you know how far you have to go. So every single day when you start working on yourself little by little, you start seeing the progresses. And trust me, physically, mentally, emotionally, your life is going to change. And this stability which grows within you, you will start seeing the impact within no time in terms of your own self, your relationships personally and professionally, and needless to say, your business as well. Because ultimately, if you're working, if you're in a business, everything boils down to your decision making as well, along with the external features out there, right? So when this internal stability starts increasing, progressing day by day, you will start seeing the changes and the shifts that is happening in your personal front and professional front as well. And that's why it is so important. And you might have actually seen typically the successful and happy people out there, they are very much spiritual. And when I say spiritual, I'm not talking about religious, okay? Just simply spiritual. And it is because they have understood the importance, because we all, human beings, are spiritual beings, right? So the kind of energy that we are made up of, if you do not start aligning your energy within yourself, then how are you going to manage the external circumstances, external situations? So it is very important you start your inward journey today. And that is the missing link. You are going to see how it works and how it impacts, and to help you get the successful life that you are looking for, that you are designing for yourself. Hope this helps. And if you think that where to begin, well, there are so many places to begin. If you want a suggestion, I would always suggest go for Inner Engineering by Sadhguru. The link is in the description box and you can always check it out. You can do it online, you can do it offline. Offline is a great experience. Definitely you can, begin over there. It's not just about your internal, feeling that you are having. If you go a little bit deeper and do a little bit research about it, you will see so many scientific evidences of what it does to your body and brain. And that's where things starts changing and that things starts shifting in your life, and you will start seeing the changes that is happening around you and within you, of course. So begin today, and do not ignore this part, because once you fill up this missing link, you will see what magic it does to you. Because ultimately, hard work is great, smart work is great, but there is another factor which a lot of people call as luck, a lot of people call it grace. Yes, but how would you reach there if you are not internally stable, if your energies are not aligned, and you might just miss out on the opportunities out there, right? So see you soon in the next video. Thank you so much. Namaskar.